Amy.
Oh my God. You're not going to believe the week I had.
Can we just drink and talk about it? I like squealed in it. Hello.
Hello.
And welcome back to Wine
Liars.
and Beer. I'm Dina.
I'm Amy.
And we're in Texas.
We're in Texas, and we're like in a, what do you call that? Like a Twilight Zone situation.
Yeah, like
in between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, it's weird.
I can't believe it is Sunday already.
Mm-hmm.
We had every intention of doing this very differently, but our world just didn't work out that way.
Yeah. As always, it didn't work out that way.
No, it did not. And as always, the vacation started off as it would.
Mm-hmm.
A little unpredictable and not as smooth as I would like to say it was supposed to be, but...
Well, for you, yeah.
I know. Yeah, well, we left on different days.
Yeah.
I jumped the gun and left a day ahead of you, escaping
The chaos of travel.
and holiday.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
trying to get down and... Actually, no, I wasn't escaping. I was trying to make someone else's holiday more enjoyable. Like, come down on Christmas so that you can join. So I had received a gift. My initial plan was just an Uber to JFK, and I'd received a gift of a ride, and I, was up till 2:30 in the morning making sure I had all my T's crossed and I's dotted, and took a shower, put clothes on that were comfortable enough to sleep in, yet appropriate enough to go in public with.
Yeah.
Woke up at 4:26, 4 minutes before the driver was supposed to be there, so proud of myself, and then stared out the window for a good 15-20 minutes waiting for said driver to come and pick me up, to bring me to the airport. And it's 4:45, and I am wondering how long I should wait before panicking.
Yeah.
And finally, I call the driver and ask him. First of all, it took a little bit of detective work to find out how to call the driver because, like I said, it was a gift. So the person who bought it for me had all the contact info. And I tried to call that person also, but again, it's 4:30 in the morning, and who the hell is up at 4:30 in the morning? So we, again, touch with him, and I'm like, hey, 266, my address.
Yeah.
Are you coming to get me? You were supposed to be here at 4:30, and he was like, Miss, I was there. I called you, or I called your person 3 times. Nobody was there. I said, Mister, I have been looking out the window for a half hour now, and I have yet seen a person drive slow enough down the block to even suggest that it was coming to my house to pick me up. And he's like, well, I'm all the way back in Queens, so I can't come back. And I said, no, you're going to come and get me, right? And he's like, no, I can't come back. So, not for nothing, I hung up on him because I had to make moves and figure out how the hell I was getting my ass
Because
to the
it's not like you were going, to Islip real quick. You were going into the city.
An hour away.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to leave my car in the airport parking because I think it's like $30 a day or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I've never done it before,
Yeah.
So I am trying to make moves last second, and I'm pissed at this guy, but seriously, he got out of bed. He was up. He answered the phone and lost a job.
Yeah. On Christmas morning, which is, I get it, but don't take the job then.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not buying that he was back in Queens. He's supposed to be in my house at 4:30, and he's back in Queens at 5:05. The guy didn't even knock on the door.
Yeah.
Like, who does that?
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, even an Uber wouldn't do that.
No.
My rating might not be as good as it is right now, but the Uber's not going to leave. It's a job. They just drove all the way to my house. They're not leaving without trying to get compensated.
Yeah.
How do you go to somebody's house knowing that you're driving them to the airport and not knock a poor guy? Poor people might be sleeping.
Yeah.
I wasn't,
Yep.
but they might be sleeping. So I had to hustle, make moves, make mind moves, really.
Yeah.
That was like the biggest part of the situation. And I checked every get an Uber and a Lyft initially, and there was none available. And then one said it was 25 minutes, but it was searching and didn't pick up a driver. So I'm like, okay, this isn't going to work. So I checked a train schedule of every nearby train, and since we're so far out east, it was difficult to get a train that would get in on time. So I drove west to Babylon that has multiple trains, and ended up getting to Jamaica in time to catch an air train to JFK. But of course, it just was very intense because everything was like making it by the minute, and I literally got to the gate with a minute to spare before boarding, which
in the end, I guess that's not horrible.
Right.
You're not waiting around, but it's the whole anticipation of
right. I
get
planned. I got a ride an hour before I really had to leave. You know, technically you were supposed to be there 2 hours before your flight.
Yeah.
So I was going to get there 3 hours before my flight, so I could breathe, have coffee, breakfast.
Yeah.
Know that I was there, because you never know, you know? You just never know. And I have a tendency of being the flagged person at the security line, and it happened to me again. It did. So that was like another hold up. Like, because there's so many rules, and I'm not a big plane traveler. Like, we travel all the time, but I very rarely go on a plane. So I'm not really accustomed to the rules. So I left an iPad in a bag, and then, you know, left a pair of headphones in a bag, and apparently all that stuff has to be out. So my bags kept getting rejected and having to return it through thing. And then in all the chaos of like having everything out and putting it back in, I actually left a bag at the security checkpoint and had to go back and get it. Like, it was just one of those typical when Amy's leaving to go somewhere, Black Cloud, haha, this is funny.
Yeah.
This is how this is gonna go for you situation. But all in all, I said, you know, once I hung up with that driver, I was like, I'm not missing this fucking flight. And I didn't. Because missing a flight would have just, oh my god, that would have been it. I would have lost all my plane money, and my vacation would have been over. I wouldn't have been going to Texas. So, that was that. How was your flight down?
Mine was really smooth. I left for the airport, and plenty of time. I had no traffic going into the city, so we got into the city in like 45 minutes. And
which is unheard of.
Yeah, and then, got dropped off at the terminal, got out. The line for security was a bit longer. I think more people were probably traveling day after Christmas maybe than the day of Christmas. I don't know how lines were with you, but
it was early. My flight was early, so
true.
The air staff said that it was going to get busy.
Yeah.
But the earlier flights, I guess people open their gifts on Christmas before they fly out.
Yeah, I don't know. And then, I was at the gate a good 2.5 hours prior to my flight, so I was kind of waiting around for a little bit.
So the opposite happened to you.
Yeah, the only thing that was annoying,
you didn't want that to happen, and I did,
was that when we got onto the plane and getting ready to leave, the pilot says we're actually going to make really good timing, and said some outrageous amount of time that I was like, oh my god, I thought this flight was going to be 4.5 hours. It was going to be like 3.5 hours, and then we were stuck at the gate because
so funny.
The food was not delivered to the plane from catering.
I cannot believe that they held the plane back 40 minutes for food.
40 minutes we waited at the gate for food and I guess the sodas and whatnot. And I literally, because I was sitting on the one side and I saw the truck pull up right next to the plane, and there's this little lift that comes up off the truck that the guy comes, and the guy from the truck comes onto the plane and delivers the food. It was pretty crazy. So, but once we took off, my flight was, very smooth, can't complain, free Wi-Fi,
I did not have Wi-Fi.
So I watched literally 3 hours of Friends.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that was it. But then, then when you picked me up, it felt like we were in the car for 17 hours.
I know. I didn't realize how far Austin
Airport
really felt.
Yeah.
I did, because the last time it didn't feel that bad.
Yeah.
The last time I came, and didn't feel as bad, but I also drove to you and drove back.
Yes.
So
And it was shitty out, too.
Yeah, I was in the, and it was really shitty.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad and downpour.
Yeah.
Rain.
Mm-hmm.
So then when you got here, we did something really exciting, though.
Yes, we did.
I mean, that was quite fun, really.
Yeah.
I think I might want to do that more often. The problem is that at home we don't know anybody that has the arsenal that.
Yeah.
So the artillery came out and we went and shot some massive weapons.
Massive firearms.
Firearms.
Yeah. It was very, I was very nervous at first.
I was extremely nervous. Not familiar with the bigger ones.
Yeah.
But the AK and the AR, right? Is that
Oh,
what we
yeah.
were
I don't even know.
shooting?
I have no idea.
And I was afraid of because we did before you got here the night before we did a little pre-training handling, like unloaded on just to see. And the comment was the quote from the 6ix9ine Nicki Minaj Fifi song. Draco got the kickback.
Oh, yes.
So
yes,
the
yes.
AK has a kickback and it's loud and it's going to knock you down. And so I was so worried about pulling that trigger and falling down and then bullets flying everywhere. I'm so inexperienced, so I had no idea what to expect. And I mean, you have like headgear on, you know, but there was. And you're in these like slots, which I know everybody visualized what a shooting range is.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you've seen it on TV or movies, or if you've been to one. But we were all the way down at the end because there was a bunch of us, and you can hear the noise.
Yeah.
And but I couldn't tell where it was coming from because our ears were so muffled that it was like, what is that? But it was fun.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible.
No, I definitely want one of my own. I don't know if I've said this before on the podcast, but I think it's important for females to have all sorts of defense mechanisms, and guns are one of them. And I think that you should know how to handle it.
Yeah.
You should know how to.
Because, you know what, and I didn't have, like you said, that night before training. So, like, as we're going through, as I'm literally holding this device in my hand and getting directions said to me, like, pull this down, once you push this up, that's it, you're loaded. And I'm like, and I have to ask questions to make sure that I'm understanding what I'm doing,
right.
Because, I mean, literally, we have a dangerous object in our hand.
and dangerous.
Yeah, so I was a little nervous at first, and then once, you know, I shot the 5 rounds, because 5 was my limit, and, you know, I felt better.
Yeah.
But it's definitely, like, it's, you know, my palms are getting a little sweaty.
Yeah, it was definitely and exciting at the same time, though.
You know, the shells are, like, flying back at you.
One of them, look, I have a burn mark.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, right on my chest. One
Yeah.
of the shells flew back into my shirt, went down my bra, and there's a literal burn mark. I'm going to take a picture of it right now so that we could post it on our story.
Yeah.
But I legit have a burn mark on my chest. And I saw it when I didn't shower today. I didn't shower yesterday at all.
I did at 11:30 at night because I said, oh my God, I have to get this filth off.
I just didn't have the energy to even get in. We came down here with the sickness too, which put a definite damper on our plans to day drink through this devilish holiday.
I'll probably drink a little tonight, I think.
I think that we're going to go drink right now. We just pulled
we are
into the parking lot of something called the Bit Bar. I don't know what town we're in at the moment.
We're
somewhere in Texas.
Think,
And we're going to walk into this bar. It's an arcade bar. We're going to play some Miss Pac-Man, and then we're going to come back and tell you all about it.
Yes.
So we'll be right back. Actually, it'll be a second season, so probably an hour or two.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Ghosts.
Yeah. But it was a very hole-in-the-wall bar.
Honestly, it's a really good idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Because you go in and...
I was like, we don't have any quarters. Yeah, we don't need quarters.
No, because you buy drinks.
Go in there and all the games are free.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of games in there.
Yeah, they did.
Very little. It was so divey.
So divey.
Super divey.
It's alright, though.
I mean, but it's a good idea, side hustle. I don't know, how much does it start? How many, like, really, what did you need? A bunch of video games?
Yeah, because the place isn't like... kept up too well.
That's it. Oh, here's the dollhouse. I want to stop here.
What?
I don't know. I see the dollhouse.
Oh.
Sounds like it might be a strip. Oh,
Yeah.
it is the gentleman's club. You want to go? No?
No, thanks.
What is it with gentlemen's club and the lack of windows?
I don't know. I guess.
It's like no windows.
Yeah.
Ever.
I know.
Ever. Alright, so we're doing Texas things since we're in Texas. And I mean, it's not like a Texas thing, In-N-Out Burger, but it's a West Coast thing. We don't have an In-N-Out Burger on the East Coast, so we are going to find one. And we looked up the secret menu.
Yes.
Before we got there, because apparently there's only like 3 things on the menu, but if you know the secret menu at In-N-Out Burger,
You can get more options.
Get more options.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna head over there and order some burgers and fries, because when in Rome, you do Rome, right? So we're on the west end of America. We're gonna do some West End America stuff. There's something else we did here. Whataburger.
We did Whataburger.
We did Whataburger.
Yes.
What'd you think of Whataburger?
Listen, I mean, it was. I feel like any type of fast food place. You know what I mean?
People die over fast food. I feel like it is what it is.
Yeah,
right?
it wasn't anything.
My bun was kind of like old, number 1.
Oh,
So I wasn't like excited about the whole 2-day-old bun.
Yeah.
My burger was thin but big.
Yeah.
Did you get the same thing as me?
I think so.
You
The
did.
cheeseburger?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With bacon.
Bacon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fries were to die for.
Yeah, they were delicious.
Yeah, no, I loved the fries. I am a fry girl, and I definitely loved the fries at Whataburger.
I agree.
And then, I mean, we went to San Antonio a couple days ago.
This
This was the best part of the trip. So we Airbnb'd.
Yes.
Right?
Last minute Airbnb.
Last minute Airbnb.
Yeah.
We should have Airbnb'd for 2 days.
Yes.
Because that place, it was set in authentic San Antonio. There was an actual homeless shelter, like on the corner of the corner that we were on.
It was definitely in a neighborhood where we kind of pulled in and we were like, ooh.
Is this where the Airbnb is? Like,
Yeah.
are we in the right direction?
And even when we pulled up to the house, we were like, is this the right house? Like, is this the right address? Because we were trying to, like, put the pin in and it wasn't working. But
all right, so here's the deal. Like, I am a little bit of a live on the edge kind of person.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't mind when stuff like that happens. We were in an authentic Hispanic neighborhood in San Antonio. Like, you can't get more authentic than that. We could have stayed at the Holiday Inn or the Hyatt or some other downtown hotel where you look out and you see Riverwalk. But instead, we stayed in a home.
Yep.
And we got to see the architecture of the homes there. And it was adorable. It really was adorable.
We, like, walked in and I fell in love with this house.
Music was playing. Like, once you were inside the walls of the home, there was a definite add-ons, and it was definitely themed for the neighborhood. But
I would have stayed there multiple nights.
I would have loved to package that home and take it home. It was called Casa Ella.
Yep.
And once we started looking around, there were pictures of the daughter of the owners. So there was a 1-year-old picture and 2-year-old picture. I'm assuming that they bought the house in honor of their daughter, who is now about 2 years old.
Yeah.
But it was decorated in a Mexican theme, where they had
pinatas, and sugar skulls.
Dia de los Muertos stuff. The colors were... The entire house was gray. It was updated, but not changed.
Yeah.
Like, the architecture of the actual home was the same. The door frames, the molding and stuff was all old school. The floors had like a little, it was hardwood, but they were finished, but there was like a warp to them. There's something about the ceilings in Texas. All of the ceilings are like super high.
Yes.
So you get this feeling of like massive space.
Yeah, it was a lot bigger
than. It felt a lot bigger than it was. There was a dining table that had like a church pew as one of the
and everything
seats.
was colorful but not matching, which I liked. Like, it was very a mismatch type of thing, but it all kind of flowed together.
It did, and somebody when I mentioned that we were staying in an Airbnb in San Antonio was like, oh, are there ghosts there? You know, based on our history, but I did not get an uncomfortable feeling.
No, not at all.
The neighborhood may be uncomfortable, but the inside the house, totally comfortable. It was so very quaint, yet
Yes.
exquisite.
Yeah.
Like, it was very
It was beautiful.
cocktail-esque.
Beautiful, yes.
Yes. And we left the bottle of champagne
I'm so
there.
upset about that.
Unfortunately, we left the bottle of champagne for somebody else to celebrate their coming. I wish we could message the next guests that were staying at Casa Elia. How do you say? Casa Elia?
Yeah.
Because they will enjoy our bottle of champagne. We didn't even pick up a new bottle of champagne. But we went to San Antonio, and I was disappointed. I have to say I was 100 disappointed with San
Really?
Antonio. Yeah, I was, because I was expecting authenticity, and instead I got commercialism. There was a mall. There were lots of restaurants, themed and all.
Yeah.
I mean, the Riverwalk was very pretty. It was lit up for Christmas. It was awesome. It was beautiful. But I thought I was going to get real Central American, Texas feel in San Antonio. Like, I thought that the Alamo, which was one of the things on our list, was significantly far away from life. But instead, it was butt up against hotels and...
It was a city.
Yes.
No.
So I was not, I wasn't satisfied.
Yeah, it was. I didn't really have expectations, but it was. You know, at that whole market, I kind of enjoyed the outside part of that whole market, like the colors and everything like that.
The Riverwalk, you mean?
No, the market.
Oh, the market. We didn't even
Mhm.
get to the market.
Yeah.
Oh, so the market was like a Mexican-esque. I liked that.
Yeah.
No, I definitely liked the market. Market Square in San Antonio.
Oh, we're going inside.
I mean, we're at In-N-Out right now,
Yeah.
but we need to decide what we're doing. We should go inside. Look at them. They're dressed like...
Like, is this in a movie?
It feels like a movie, doesn't it?
No, but have I seen this in a movie?
In-N-Out in a movie?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, but those people, the way that they're laughing in that booth right there,
They're having a fun time.
they are having a fun time.
So, oh.
You could finish talking about San Antonio.
No, but I was saying that I like the outside market place that we went to, the Market Square.
They tried
You know,
to be,
the
you know what
Riverwalk-
that Market Square reminded me of? Like, if there was a Mexican village in New York City, that's what it would look like. You know how we have, like, Little Italy, Chinatown, stuff like that? So that's what that was. Because I don't think that we're butt up against Mexico right now. I think that we're pretty far away from Mexico. Yeah, there's a lot of Mexicans there.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, the Riverwalk is your typical commercialized area. Had restaurants. You know, I like how you can kind of get a drink from the outside bars and kind of walk your way through it. But yeah, and you know what, the Alamo Bowl was going on this weekend.
Yeah.
So it was like overly crowded with people from out of state because Iowa was playing Washington State in college football, so...
I swear to God, if the Iowans weren't in San Antonio, there would have been 20 people.
Yeah, it was definitely a different vibe because of that. I'm not saying it was a bad thing.
I've never
but
seen so much maroon and gold in my entire
It
life.
was a lot of maroon and gold.
A lot of maroon and gold.
But, yeah, I think it would have been a different experience if it wasn't that weekend happening.
No, definitely a different experience because we were a little bit standoffish about doing certain things because there were so many people there that if there weren't the amount of people in the town of San Antonio, we would have experienced a little bit more of it. But we got ourselves lost there. We walked about 12 miles the wrong way.
Yep.
And we managed to get ourselves into a mirror maze. Which was almost impossible to get ourselves
I didn't like it.
out of.
I didn't think it would be a bad situation. Like, I thought, okay, this can't be too bad as we were going in. And
but
as
when
we
you're
were
walking into yourself and getting scared by yourself, it's a little bit...
I literally jumped at myself a couple times.
No, I like, oops, sorry to myself a couple times, too.
That's so funny.
I don't know. It was okay. Oh, ew, micheladas. What the hell are micheladas?
Well, we learned about that, too.
All right, I'll
yesterday.
post a recipe later, but apparently it's like 7 different hot sauces, some
tomato juice.
Tomato juice or tomato sauce.
With clam sauce.
Beer.
Yeah, beer.
Clam
So
sauce.
apparently-
Oh, man, that's
yeah,
the worst
you
part.
buy the beer in the You actually have to, like,
You
you're
have to
not
show up with the beer.
you're not paying for all the ingredients. You're paying for the beer. So you
Okay.
go into the place, you get the beer, then you come out to this little stand, and the guy makes the drink for you with the beer.
What is that stuff called that you put on top of deviled eggs?
Like paprika?
Paprika.
Yeah.
Paprika
Was around
rim.
the rim. Yeah.
Yes, and then there was a stick of what the fuck was on the stick?
I think it was paprika still.
but around a straw.
Yeah.
But it was like, ew.
It was so bad. It was so bad. Like, and the person that we were with, he happened to have, like, he bought 2 of them, and he drank the one for
Clam
himself.
juice,
And
tomato juice, and beer. Or the primary
there was only so much I could
ingredients.
drink of the other one,
Oh
and I
my
couldn't.
God.
No.
So gross. But on the brighter side, we got authentic gorditas.
Yes,
They're so
they were
good, right?
They were good.
so good.
You, what else did you get?
I got street tacos.
Oh, you did get street tacos.
I got street tacos, which were good, but you have to have a taste for street tacos because they're very different than Taco Bell tacos or
Yeah.
Swell Taco tacos.
I like the gorditas I got, because I got one later
Because the
on in
flour
day.
tortillas and corn tortillas are different.
Yeah.
So you have to like know what you're getting into. And I like them. I'm not going to deny that. But it's not like your typical New York taco.
No.
It was authentic Mexican taco. And then churros.
Those were so good.
Churros.
Yeah, they were. I forgot about those.
And I can't. The one thing that gets me about being down here is the difference in price.
Mhm.
Now I know people make less money in the like
Yeah,
saturated
your cost of living is a lot.
but
less
one
here.
churro in on a Patchogue Street Fair, let's say, would be $5.
Yeah.
We got 4 for $5.
Yeah, it was so good.
That was delicious. Delicious. I have no idea how much the micheladas or the beer were because I never bought one.
Well, I went in and bought the margarita and the 2 Coronas, like the big boy Coronas, the tall boys. And I think it was definitely less than $20.
Okay.
Mhm.
Beer,
So
I mean, like, and
it
even
was-
when we were just at that like gaming bit bar,
it was $8 for 2
2
beers.
beer.
Yeah. And
like
it was
2
what,
pints.
50 cents off, he said tonight?
Yeah. So it would have been $9
Mhm.
for 2 beers.
Which was $4.50.
Yeah.
So
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
one beer at home would be $8.
yeah, so it was $4 a beer.
Super cheap for a
Mhm.
pint.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, so we're gonna go inside In-N-Out Burger, order off the secret menu.
Yeah.
And we'll be back for our ride home from there.
We will be. Okay, we're back one more time.
All right, so we're leaving In-N-Out Burger,
Yeah.
and I'm about to put 6206 Charlotte into the
GPS.
But I'm a little bit weary because the last time I did this,
Yeah. Well.
I mean, go ahead, you tell the story.
All right. So we were in San Antonio, and we actually were going to plan on staying another night. So we did book a hotel room. That was a pretty cheap hotel room.
It was 2 rooms for $106.
Yeah,
So
so-
I was like, oh, we're getting some kind of deal.
Long story short, we kind of walked into this place. We ended up booking 2 smoking rooms on accident. They didn't have any non-smoking rooms apparently, and the girl at the desk said,
You don't want to.
yeah, pretty much like, you
Go
know,
home.
there are some rooms, smoking rooms that aren't too bad, but for the most part, the smoking rooms are pretty bad. So we said, you know what? At this point, let's just get in the car and we will drive the
3 hours.
3 hours back
Home.
to where we were originally staying. So we get in the car and we put in the address to where we were staying. And I mean, mind you, we put in the address that was sent to us through a text message.
Yeah, it's
That
said
you've used
from
before.
this person.
Yeah.
Yes. And we're driving and driving
And I said,
driving.
and I kept saying, you know, I said, oh, it's
This
so
isn't
weird
the
that,
way that we came.
yeah, none of this looks familiar to me. This is not familiar to me. So we literally drive 3 hours before, and then so we turn onto a road, and it says,
So reminded me of Ocean Parkway.
Yeah.
It like felt like Ocean Parkway.
we pulled onto this road, and the, you know, Siri says, or whoever says, you know, in whatever point, whatever miles, make a left onto Charlotte Lane. And I was so delirious at this point because I was just so tired that I didn't even realize this wasn't the Charlotte Lane that we were supposed to be going to. And then Amy said, wait, this isn't the right place.
So, Dina,
So we
I'm going to cry.
Yeah,
You
so
were like, wait,
basically.
what?
Yeah, we pull into this, like, I don't know.
Trailer park.
I don't
It was
yeah.
it was a trailer park.
Yeah, no.
Trailer
But when we
park.
pulled off the side of the road, it was in like a general store
Oh,
type
yeah,
of thing.
yeah. We went to like a general, like
Yeah.
backwoods general.
And I
store.
said, all right, let
The
me.
entire drive was backwoods.
Yes. So I say, okay, let me put in the address and see how much out of a way we went. Shoo! Oh, excuse me. Thanks. But because
It might not be that bad.
No, it might not be that bad. We've been driving for 3 fucking hours. And it happens that we were an hour and 36 minutes out of our way that we still had to go to get to where we needed to be.
106 miles.
Yeah. So we literally drove totally out of our way from where we needed to be. And so then we were on this stack road. It was a 2-lane highway.
2-lane meaning one
Going
lane
one
going
way and one coming the other way.
And there was a lot of times in that driving because it was dark and long, so there was a lot of delirium moments
Yeah.
that I felt like going in the left lane, and I kept having to remind myself that
Yeah.
the left lane would be oncoming traffic.
It would be, but there was no traffic whatsoever
There
because we were the only people on this road.
Dark. You mentioned a couple of times how it felt very horror movie.
Yes. Like if something was horribly to happen to us,
I mean,
nobody
in all
would have
honesty,
known
I
we
wasn't
were there.
nervous like that because of the fact that it is 2018 and we had fully charged cell phones with a GPS. That was,
I get that.
I mean, she
but-
was off. She was definitely
Yeah.
off. But she took us down a couple of roads that didn't even exist.
Yeah. So, and I mean, mind you, in Texas, if you've ever been here, a lot of these highways are multiple levels, so I think that throws the GPS situation off because there are upper levels and lower levels and things like that. So, but we did have to drive another hour and 40 minutes to get home. So by the time we got home, we were supposed to be home by 10 o'clock. We ended up getting home at 11:30-ish.
Thank God for podcasts.
Yeah, and it was not a happy moment. But we made it through, and
Yeah.
we did absolutely not a goddamn thing yesterday.
No, we didn't.
We didn't even have conversation with each other.
No, it was a very quiet day yesterday. We saw each other in passing.
Yeah, basically.
But no. There was one thing that we did do together yesterday, and that was quite very Colleen or Austin or Texas or wherever the fuck we are. We went to a drive-through daiquiri place.
Oh, we did.
Why don't we have one of that? That was the one
Yeah,
thing that we did.
yeah.
I was in borrowed pajamas.
I know, I was going to say, not like we got dressed for this
all
drive-through
day
daiquiri
yesterday.
place.
I got up because when we got home, I just was not in the mood to even like think about getting situated for bed. So I grabbed the first thing that I saw, which was somebody's brand new Christmas hoodie with the tag still on it and a pair of fuzzy plaid pajama pants that didn't belong to me, and I didn't even care because I just wanted to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we went and got New York bagels in Texas as
Oh,
well.
yeah, they were pretty good.
Alright, so we got up in the morning, we went and got stupid bagels.
Yep.
And they weren't bad.
No,
And
I've had
then
worse.
We went, what was it called? Bite the Bagel.
Bite the bagel.
They had like heavy metal music playing in the place. Everybody's super nice. And you know what they did here that they don't do anywhere else?
Unless you ask.
They cut
Yeah.
every single.
And a lot of the times back home when they do slice the bagels, it's an extra couple of cents more.
Oh, it is? I didn't even know they would do that.
Yeah, I do that with work. I get bagels and they
And they
pre-slice them.
slice them for you? I had no idea that
Yeah.
was even a thing.
Yeah. You have to ask though.
Alright,
These
so.
people asked us.
But the whole drive-through daiquiri situation here, they have like 25 different kinds of flavors.
Yes.
You got the purple haze.
I did get purple
I
haze.
regret not getting the purple haze. Purple haze is beyond delicious. I got the Superman, which is like a rainbow Italian ice,
Yeah, that's what it kind of looked like.
but it was like 5 shots for $1 or something, wasn't it?
Yes.
These are
I don't even know.
super crazy. But you drive through, you stand at this window that's closed,
Yep.
and you wait.
Well, you have to ring the bell.
But I forgot to ring the bell.
Yeah, you're
I
supposed to
didn't
ring the
see
bell.
the sign that said
Yeah.
when you're ready, ring the bell. She opens a little window. There's no speaker system or anything.
Nope.
The building, there was not one car in the parking lot.
Nope.
I don't know how the worker even got there.
Mm-hmm.
But she took our order. We got these big old, like when you go to a deli and you get an iced tea, a jumbo iced tea, daiquiris in those big old styrofoam cups, a purple haze and a Superman.
Yep.
They were delicious. So delicious.
I didn't finish my whole thing.
I didn't either, but
I was just so tired.
I know.
From doing nothing.
It's definitely something that I wish we had at home.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But
Alright, so
I think that was...
I mean, we do have a couple more days, but I guess we'll save it till the next one.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing in 2019? That was it's supposed to be the whole episode.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing
cast
in
the house, then I guess,
2019? I don't know. What's on your bucket list for 2019? Let's do our, top 5.
Oh, I don't even know.
You don't have one thing that you want to get done in 2019?
Not really. I haven't really thought about it too much. No?
No true love moments?
You know what? I don't even throw that out there.
Boyfriend?
Yeah, I'm not throwing that out there because that'll happen when it happens.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but, I'm just gonna do me, I think, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about what other
Really?
people... Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
I mean, I'm going on a cruise.
Well, no, that's stuff you've already planned in 2000. It doesn't count for 2019
Yeah.
if it was established in 2018.
Alright. I think that, I don't know, I don't really have anything, that I'm saying I need to do.
Okay, what do I need to do in 2019 that's something that needs to get done?
I don't know, what are you...
Well, I need to be trivia winner, number 1.
Okay,
Okay,
alright.
I need to be trivia night winner.
Yeah.
Somehow, someplace. You know what else I need to do in 2019 that I haven't done in a long time? Karaoke queen. I need to be karaoke queen for a night because
Alright.
it's been a decade since we've
But
been
see, karaokeing is not my thing, so then I don't... Yeah,
Yeah,
alright.
but drunk anything is your thing. So.
Yeah, but not karaoke. I
Okay,
don't
so
enjoy
we're gonna
that.
do that. We are also going to. I don't know.
I know, see, it's we do so much already.
You know what? I'm gonna do the botanical gardens in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that'll be
Brooklyn
nice.
Botanical
Mhm.
Gardens. Definitely. And don't forget, we have an entire 12 months to get through, so it's not even something that has to be done immediately. I have 2 more for me. I've already pre-started this 2019, being more healthy aspect. All right, I'm not gonna necessarily alter my lifestyle, but just add more healthy things to it.
Mm-hmm.
I did start that. I would like to continue that in 2019. I'm not gonna say 2019 is gonna be my year because I had a pretty good past 2017, 2018 year.
Can I just ask you a question?
Yeah.
It's snowing.
No, it's not.
Correct? Can you look at the light right now?
Yeah, and I see raindrops.
No, that's sleet, snow right there.
In Texas.
Mm-hmm. Just so
Get
you
away
know.
from this.
But, anyway. Okay, that was... You think you got one more to go?
I will not lose my favorite pair of sunglasses.
Okay.
I'm going to find the pair of sunglasses and I'm going to hold on to it the entire year. Because that, for me, would be a thing.
Yeah, alright.
Because I never hold on to sunglasses.
Yeah.
Can't even hold on to it.
I know.
Sunglasses. How am I supposed to hold on to a significant other?
I'm telling you, man, right now.
All right. I mean, as far as that is concerned, I don't know about that. I mean, we've been talking about that all summer.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have a +1.
Yeah.
Like a permanent +1. But I don't know.
Well, I think come January I'm going to figure out if I have a +1 or if I need to
Move on
from +1. Yeah, that's my thing.
All right, so I'm going to work on the +1 situation for myself. And you are going to decide whether or not it is your +1.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I don't know. Yeah. If y'all didn't watch Bird Box. But
Oh, gosh. I think we need to, dedicate an episode to that movie.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even want to start talking
We
about
won't
it.
talk about Bird Box,
No.
but just get on it. Okay, so that was episode number 40.
40.
Woohoo!
Wow.
All right, we made it. We're 40 weeks in. That's a big deal.
That is
I mean,
a big
that's
deal.
a commitment.
It's over the hill. We're over
we
the
do
hill.
not have commitment issues if we could get through 40
Yeah,
weeks.
exactly.
There's no way.
No.
All right, so, I mean, we've been upping our Instagram game. We've been pretty good. And not as good as we used to be, but we've been there.
Yeah.
We've been present. So follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
iTunes.
Listen to us on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, one day we're going to go live on YouTube. We should record the episode on YouTube. Not our faces, of course, because we got to keep the mystique up. Y'all don't know who we are, but you know who we are.
Yep. It's funny, I went into the bathroom at that bit bar before, and I was like, oh, look, wine, liars, and beer. And then I was like, oh, wait, you were just in the bathroom before that. And then I had to remind myself that we were in a completely different state. And
I mean, we did get some good love this week, though. A couple of people repping here and there.
Yeah.
We did.
Yep.
All right, so we're there.
Yep. That's so funny.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so.
All right. I think that's it, right? Spotify, maybe? I don't know the other names of the other things that we do, but...
Twitter, what did we say, Twitter? Stitcher.
That's it, Stitcher.
Spotify.
I said Spotify.
What's the other one that... Oh, shoot, I can't remember. Tune in.
Tune in.
All
Yes.
Right. And I'm still working on Google, so...
All right, so screw you, Google. All right.
Google Play, whatever.
Until next time.
Wait, there's one more thing I want to mention.
What's that?
The top bottom songs of 2018.
Oh, yeah, you were really upset about this.
I was so upset about it. And then we can let it go. But what's your opinion on the fact that Girls Like You by Maroon 5 and Cardi B ended up on the Times bottom 10?
You know what? It's not a song that you hear a lot on the radio. I
don't care. I love it. I played it on repeat the entire way to the Alien Festival. I fell in love with that song the second it came out.
I know. I guess
it almost has 1 billion views on YouTube.
It's not the typical Maroon 5 song, I guess. I like the old Maroon 5, so I don't know.
Wait, what was the rest of them, though? Oh my god, I deleted it.
I didn't even know half of the songs. Post Malone,
then,
Psycho was on there.
Psycho, Fifi, by 6ix9ine and Nicki Minaj. There was a couple that I've never even heard of before. Oh, the one that I totally agreed with was a Kanye and Lil Pump song. I love it. Oh my god, they were dressed in like Minecraft suits and walking through. I love it. I love it. I love it. Stupid song. Yeah. Stupid. But Girls Like You. All right, hit us up, DM us, slide us in, whatever. All right, we're going in to eat our In-N-Out burgers.
Yeah. Oh boy, gotta go.
Bye.